Hi, this is Care Hart, and in the background, you can't see her yet, but you'll hear her soon, is Jean Peter. What I'm going to be working on today is part 2 of this Padfolio booklet. So it's a pocket. It's where we're going to have a reference book for making pockets. It's a Padfolio. Some people will think of it as a lap book. You can call it whatever you want to call it. For me, I'm just going to call it useful. I'm going to go ahead, and today, it might be a little boring for some of you, but I wanted to show the whole process of how I create it. So I figured I would have Jean Peter on crafting with me at the same time. That way you guys aren't just watching me collage the background of this booklet. I did decide to add to the project. I'm adding one more 11 by, what is this, 13 inches, I think. I have to do this and make sure that it's 11 by 13. Oh, no, it's not. It's 11 by 15. I did add one more 11 by 15 sheet because, like I said, I wanted it thin enough the artist could cut it with scissors, but that made my cover just too flimsy. But if I layer one cover on top of another, now it's not so flimsy. And so once it gets collaged on both sides, it'll stiffen even more. And so that'll be the plan there. And we're going to work on the cover first. Second, I'll probably work on this, but because I didn't bring the wax paper upstairs, I'm probably just going to work on the cover for a bit, and I'll glue that first part down. And what I did in the background is, I already shared what all the project pieces are. What I did in the background a couple days ago or yesterday, I have no concept of time, whenever I did it, was I cut apart all of the sheets. So now what I have is the pre-cut out items. And so I'm not going to need any of this for the collage today. This is going to be another part where I attach all the pockets in the background. And so let me flip this back over because obviously I flipped it to go this way. Today in the collage, though, something to take into consideration after cutting all of these out. These are my scraps, my extra pieces that I printed that are not in the kits are right here. It's just how I sorted things for the video. There we go. Starts right there. So ignore that aspect. These are not part of the kit. All right, so these are all part of the kit and they're pre-cut out, but that'll be in another video. I'm thinking this is a 3-part video. Today is just going to be the background collage, then I'll come back in a part 3 and put all the pockets in. It's just I need a good background, and I'm going to keep these doilies off and to the side. And then these scraps are going to be part of my background. I brought myself a vintage book. So all the artists should have some book pages. If you don't have a book where you can tear the book pages out and you're a artist and you do mixed media or paper crafting, then you probably should have one where you can grab the sheets out and it becomes part of your art. Let us know, put it on your wish list, book for collaging, something like that, and I'll keep an eye out for something with a good color tone for your collaging. Okay, so with that said, I'm going to go ahead and bring Jean Peter on, and you can see her sitting to the side here with us.
Hello, everyone.
You know, I didn't publicize this, Jean Peter, now that I think about it, so it might just be the two of us crafting and somebody will watch it. Probably later. So I'm just doing a tear on the little pieces. You can go share the link if you want me to. You can do that. All right, thank you.
I'll do that.
And I'll just keep going with this. And what I'm going to do for those of you rewatching the replay is take my little itty bitty pieces from when I cut everything out in fussy cutting and keep them in a stash right here. I cut out the map pages already. Should be underneath here somewhere. There they are. here's all my map pages. So book pages, map pages. I'm not using the 1860 documents, 1860 to 1908. I'm not using that yet. That'll be used after I put the pockets in if I need that extra space to make little booklets. And I don't know about you guys, but I get a little finicky when I'm doing collage, looking for the little pieces that fill that extra space. And I like the funky shaped pieces. Maybe I'm just being too anal. That would be me.
Surely not.
Surely so. I was just talking to someone the other day, and back in the day, I would actually suffer from what I would call analysis paralysis, where I would just stay analyzing things for a long time because I never felt like I had enough information to make that next decision or next step or whatever. And that was my early finance days. But now I'm actually kind of known for making a decision on the fly and just going forward. Did you hear that crazy thunder? It's still rolling.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, I put it out there.
Thank you. You know, it's so interesting how different it is crafting on this channel versus hopping onto the other channel. You know what I mean? My personal channel. And yes. I don't think I've done a good job recently of letting people know that well, technically nothing's personal. Everything's the foundation. Because any money made on that channel, because it's over 1,000 subscribers, it gets sent to dAFi too. So, but I call it the personal channel because my name's on it versus dAFi. But I pop on that one and people are signed up with the little notifications. Oh, hey there, Deanie. All I'm doing is just making my tiny little pieces. I can zoom in. My tiny little pieces ready to collage. And it is nice to actually have a project which requires me to do a little crafting. You can tell a bird was cut off that page.
Hi, Tanya.
It's definitely, it's a good thunder roll here right now. Now I'm singing that song. Someone had me singing that song the other day because they said something, so my brain is like, well, when the thunder rolls. I don't know. I don't have anything funny in my head today.
I don't either. I feel like today could be a really cranky day.
Ooh, you want to be cranky together while we're crafting together?
Sure. Good thing you can't see me because I'm shortly out of the shower and my hair's still in a towel.
Oh my gosh, that's fabulous.
This Home Alone stuff, I'm not sure I like it.
Well, you know, we get spoiled a little bit.
Yeah, we do.
Hobbs mowed the lawn this morning, so I go into hibernation when that happens. So I didn't get anything done at all this morning except cutting these. That was it. I probably should have done this first before coming on with my little tears and little bits. Sorry for making that take so long, but if somebody's rewatching the old version of this, you know, just fast forward past me tearing these things apart.
I'm just sitting here sorting chipboard pieces. I think I could spell the alphabet 453 times.
Well, how are you going to sort those?
Very random.
Oh, that's
going to be a handful in a bag because I have this plan.
What's the plan?
The plan is I am going to take some journal covers, which some of these were sticky, but I'm guessing they're not sticky anymore because all their papers are falling off. I have some journal covers, and I played around with it, and I have a setup for myself and on what I have in my mind. And let me see if I can just kind of plop these over here somewhere else. You know, I can't make sure everybody gets their own initials, because then that would mean I'd have to not only sort, I'd have to label too. But,
yeah.
So, let's say, this will work. It's the same color, but it will work. This is my book, okay? And I'm thinking that we could do something like this and make patterns and throw in a few letters. You know, maybe this is an X-rated book there. And just in case you're not sure, over here it's a B-rated book. And then you can stick in, and all the little punch outs of these, like this, that's all going to be sorted too. And then like that, and maybe you want to put a tiny little tab on it, and we'll glue it all down, layers and layers of whatever. Now, hopefully this month I have to get out there and get some sandpaper, and I have to drill some holes, but we should have the little block going out for August.
Okay.
In that is a box of baubles and bits and pretties and beads and fun little things.
I love that bobble bin thing that you made. That thing is amazing.
And I think they're going to be able to use some of it here. Actually, there's 3 projects in my mind for that same box. So yeah. I want to try to get them all together so you can at least see, to know, because I know if I got that box of baubles and stuff, I'd want to just use them all up.
Yeah.
You know, oh, this is so cool. Let's use this. So just so that people know there's more coming that they can be used on.
Yeah.
And so, oh, look, now I put a box on there. And I have other shapes. And yes, I have some that are full packages. But this is how I've decided I'm sorting it, because it's different. And I think they've become used to being different. Or me being different. That's what I should say.
Well, I think it gets your creative juices flowing when it's stuff you wouldn't normally do, you know?
Yeah, exactly. So then we have this little paisley that, you know, it's got a little pop out thing too. I'm not going to pop it out because I want to keep these. So we might want to put this there, and a stack of circles there. Just some layers.
Right.
And then paint it all one color.
So you have the texture with the monocolor over the top, and then what do you do?
Well, then I'm thinking there's a lot of ways you could add color. You could dry brush with paint, and then that would get the highlights. Or this is a really messy but really fun, and it really does work thing, but you got to be fast. And you take a Sharpie and you color on your finger and then rub it. And color on your finger and rub it. Like if you want gold and you don't have a gold rubbing buff or something, or, you know, those waxes or whatever they are, because I don't even have those. You can just put that gold on there and do that. And it works and it stays. But you got to be fast, because it didn't take it very long to dry on your finger. And yeah, your finger looks pretty nasty when you're done. I actually did it once with a bunch of different things and ended up with the most beautiful, perfect bruise. It was paint, but, you know. But see, there's a lot of little things that I think once you layer these, that it will look so cool.
There's a technique that I really like. It's where you take a white paint pen and you draw just a line with that paint pen, and as soon as you draw the line, you take your finger and rub your finger down the line like it's a waterfall. And it looks so much like water. It looks fabulous.
Wow.
Yeah, I love that technique.
Yes, they do. They have gold and they have silver, but they don't have copper.
And
Hi, Deborah. No,
if any,
that's my favorite.
sorry. Hey, Deborah. If any artist is ever looking for something that we say out loud in our conversations, so let's say they're like thinking, ooh, paint pens and Sharpies and whatever. I really want to encourage artists to feel comfortable getting a hold of Jean Peter. This is who she is. She's always outside of the box, which is why it's kind of funny that she put the word box up there. And so she may not update the wish list on the same day that you send it. She's going to update the wish lists about once a week. That's not a problem for me because I always let her know when I'm about to print the wish list out, when I'm about to make everyone's packages. And by the way, I haven't made the packages yet for July. I'm working on the things that go into the packages and this project to make sure people who get the package know what to do with some of the stuff that's in it. But I always go to her and say, is it updated? I hopefully give you enough time for that.
I'm going to do that probably this afternoon or tomorrow. I don't know. I have no concept of date or time or anything right now.
That's because you're home alone and you're like Macaulay Culkin right now, causing trouble.
Yes, with no car. Okay, I have this. I just found this. And I think I know exactly who this should go to. This little die cut right there. It's kind of bent, but once it's glued down, it'll be all right. Yeah, it really will. I have this really cool bag of all kinds of, I don't know what. There's some wings and it's kind of like cardboard. It's not like chipboard. It's just weird.
Thicker than chipboard or thinner than chipboard?
Well, it's a little bit thinner, but it's got a texture and it feels like it should be all pressed together, like it's tissue paper pressed together or something. I don't know. Oh, wait. I found something else really cool. This is a cool bag. I think these are some wings. And I think this is another really cool thing. I'll make sure everybody gets a cool thing. If I have to go to the store and buy more. There's a big one of those. And some swirlies. We all know I like my swirlies.
I like your swirlies.
Looky.
That's
sure like to know where these came from.
Did you say looky just with a little bit of a pun intended there?
Maybe. Some more wings.
Oh my gosh, that bag is amazing.
I know. Isn't it cool? A funky heart. And there was an elongated funky heart. And my own crown. And that's exactly who I was thinking of. It's kind of funny how you guys rub off on me when I think of something. There's another set of wings. Look at the key.
I love keys. I do.
And the big old starburst thingy. Oh, and an oval. We can't forget the poor little oval. And another key. And this is what I'm in love with. And I have to make a sample, right?
Oh,
Hinges.
that's nice.
Is those not cool?
Super.
So now, you know what? I'm going to go looking for these shapes and see if I can cut them out of chipboard myself. With my scan and cut?
Yeah,
especially these hinges are just, I haven't even come close to hitting them. Well, the bag is pretty close to empty, I guess, but
I wish I wasn't afraid of the scan and cut, and so would like to recreate the wheel on a couple of things and just have them cut things out for me instead of doing the cutting.
Well, if there is a good outline, I can cut it. But, you know, you do have to do it one sheet at a time. That's still better than one image at a time.
That's true.
But
If
so,
you guys are wondering what I'm doing, which is kind of sort of boring right now, but I'm sorting the tiny pieces that really aren't going to be glued down into the collage, making sure I don't have any white borders, and then ripping the white border off if that's what I have. And then I'm going to have a little pile that I can go to right quick for when I start collaging, because oh, that looks like the number one. Because I need these to fill the extra space in there.
well, I don't know where I moved the other hinge, but that's the hinge like if it was on the book. Is that not cool?
That
because
is awesome.
You could even put a brad in there to make it stick up, or a flat back pearl or something, because we're going to glue the whole thing down and paint them one color, so it could be anything. But as I was looking for wherever I placed the other little hinge that I found, which I don't know why I can't find it. If you could all see everything, like that pile. And then there's two big boxes sitting beside me. And that's what I've been doing with a lot of the stuff that I have gotten, is I am packing it up. Like if there's 50 things, they get bagged up. And that way I just grab, like I have a whole bunch of bags of foam letters and foam shapes, all bagged up, because it's easier to store that way. Okay, back to what I started to say. I get distracted. So this is the letter I when you do it this way, and that's what it's supposed to be, because all those are letters. But what if, now I don't want to tear it up because I want y'all to be able to use your imagination. So what if I pretended that was a hinge? You know, you could cut this part off and boom. So, and even so, if you got a good punch, you could take a piece like this and punch some holes and it would look like a strap hinge. This is pretty cool. I don't know. I have my stuff all set out, and there's so many things you could do with it. Like my stuff, I have a pair of old rusty scissors, little kid scissors, that I laid down there too. I might have to be changing my mind, but you know. And that's the fun of doing all these kits, is that I can just change my mind, and I get to play with these things.
Well, I have to tell you that I feel guilty about this, but I'm actually excited that I'm going to do fewer of the videos and more kits again, because I really missed doing kits, making kits. And I bet you know, some of the artists who have only been on for maybe a year will enjoy having more kits. You know, and so I don't do as many kits as you do, Jean Peter. You do a lot of kits, but I like
every
having
day
one or two out there when I'm mailing off the packages, so they have some project they can immediately go to without thinking. And that's what I love about kits. Like when you buy a package of something and you're ready to go with whatever that something is. All right, so I need to zoom back out real quick. I might move you backwards. That'll work. So this is going to be my cover on that book that I was working on before. And I'm going to glue this cover down to the front page. You guys can see that real quick. This is going to be glued down. Then, oh, it kicked you off.
No, I did that.
Oh.
Remember, so, I'm important now.
That's funny. I didn't even think about you doing your own like that. Oh, that's wonderful that you can do that, Jean Peter. I just thought about that. Didn't even realize. Oh, that's awesome. So when I accidentally have more than one person on, you know how when it kicks it off and someone new, you can just fix it without having to yapper at me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I like yelling at you.
Well, I do like it when you yell at me. It makes me happy. Back to the book thingy. So this is going to be the cover. And the cover, as you can see, I am one of those glue goofy people that does wild glue. I'm not worried about it because I'm going to cover this again when I'm done. So I have a nice, pretty, clean edge. I've already thought that through and how I'm going to make it. In hindsight, while looking at this booklet, I wish I would have put this flip up folder. I wish I would have put this on my inside front cover. Definitely would have preferred that, because now when I go to write notes on the file folder, not on the file folder, on the notepad, I'm going to have to lift this up, rest it on my chest while I write notes, and then put it back down. And so I think that's a little bit weird. So I wish I would have put it in the front cover there. But yeah, we're going to background everything here, except I love this. I love the way the classification folder looks, so I'm going to leave it almost the same. I don't know what I'm going to dress that up as, but wherever I have chipboard is going to be collaged. And I'm probably not going to collage it all on camera. I don't know. Yeah, probably will. But since this is the front cover anyway, I can just do this. Work on the front cover here. Okay, so how many people are like me and actually just put glue onto something and collage and just glue like mad? Oh, the one thing I forgot to say is my front cover is primarily maps. And so I'm just going to make sure the maps are all in here. I love the maps. And I'm going to go a little bit willy-nilly on the maps. I do wonder, I wonder if I want to have any of the black and white ones. I don't think so. I think I'm going to leave it all color. And now you guys see why I needed all the little bitty pieces to cover my little bitty corners. The only downside of not having this glued down is I actually like to roll my corners around. Because it covers the chipboard that way.
Caradini asked if they were inkjet printed.
These are inkjet printed, yes. I don't have a laser printer. All right. I think I've got a lot of maps left, and so I have plenty. I just wanted to make sure I had enough maps to fully cover the front. And it does. You guys are going to see that my ability to be random is not very good. I'm not a great crafter, but I have to keep reminding myself it's the fun of crafting. That's why I grab. I suppose technically this would be called mixed media. I don't know. It's interesting what gets called mixed media, what gets called paper crafting. Because to me, when you make a card, it feels like a mixed media piece of art. Let me get something to glue. All right, so Mod Podge. If you're making your own homemade Mod Podge, it's pretty much 50% Elmer's glue and 50% water. And it's not as sticky as Mod Podge. I know I'm going to use a lot, but I'm going to end up being out of my Elmer's glue here. Good old-fashioned school glue. We can go back to one screen. That's why I'm working on just the main page here. I meant to say 2 screens. I think we, well, I shouldn't say we all do that, but a lot of us do that, Deanie. Your art knocks my flippin' socks off. First time I saw some of your paintings. I was like, woohoo, this woman is flipping talented. This is my drinking water. It's 50-50. And yes,
you drink glue. Sorry.
I deserve that though. Oh my gosh.
Well, when I looked up, that's all that was there in front of you is that glass.
No, it's the Zephyr Hills. That's my drinking water. You guys see I already spilled on the thing, but I don't care. And
you know, the worst part about sorting stuff in bags is I have to do it like 3 times. Because then I get enough bags and there's stuff left over, so I have to go put more stuff in them.
I put too much water, and that was the end of my glue. So you guys are going to see me do a little hodgepodge here, and hopefully my Eileen's glue isn't all dried out. Because it's been that long since I've crafted. I worry about that. You guys see I almost spilled that too? All right, good. Don't worry, I'll save this little mixture. Now, for those of you who are hardists, one of the things I consider a lovely to have, should have, I still want more glue in there. Lovely to have, should have, is gel medium. Because oftentimes I'll go straight for the, don't fall out of my bowl. I'll go straight for the gel medium when I'm working on something. Oh yeah, that's better. And yes, I know I made way too much. No making fun of me for that. I am notorious for that, but I do save it. And this is the gel medium I use personally. Matte gel. Oops. Oh, my camera's got too many shadows in here. Yeah, so it's Liquitex. The matte gel is what I normally use. And someone's going to go correct me that it's too soupy, but we're going to see. Don't worry about it. Oh, I kind of like it, so it's fine.
So I found a new use for all of my priority boxes I get in the mail.
Yeah?
They're my sorting boxes.
So I do the same thing. And my husband loves ordering from Amazon Prime Pantry. And those pantry boxes with the handles become my tote boxes for when I'm organizing paper separate from painting, separate from incoming donations.
Cool. Hi, Christy.
Smacks.
I don't know if I'd call it my Bob Ross. We're just doing this so we don't get cranky.
I'm sorry, it's too late for that.
Hi, Tammy.
I'm trying hard to be random, and I still put the classic 5. You guys don't, okay, you may not notice this, but my attempt at being random is just ridiculously comical. It just doesn't, it is not random. You know, it feels good to craft, though. It does. Oh my gosh. Way too long. Way too long. I think when I get ready to do the edge ones, I'm going to do those ones last. And then I'll attach it down. Oh, did I not get it underneath?
Well, Christy, you should be where Tammy and I are. It's dry heat. It's still awful.
I don't know what the temperature is outside today. It's somewhere in the 80s, I think. We did just have a really good rain. We do hit up to 91 though. It happens. But and all those people who say, well, when you add the humidity, it feels like blah, blah, blah. I don't know. Arizona at 115, sucking the breath right out of you. I'll take the humidity and 100 degrees any day. Because 115 is just too much for my body.
Hi, Sherry.
I didn't even see you popping in, Sherry. Hold your britches. Okay, is anybody else out there a collager? Do you find that you put a crazy amount of glue on too when you're collaging?
No.
No. Are you modest in the amount of glue you put down?
I use a glue stick.
Oh, you do a glue stick. You know, I do a glue stick on smaller things. If it's a big area, I like to do the paintbrush with the glue stick. Not paintbrush. What are my words coming out of my mouth? I like to do the paintbrush with the glue and water.
Hey, Curly.
Okay, Curly, every time I see your name, I just want to call myself either Larry or Mo. Every single time. And I get you. It might be like Curly Leap Tea, but how'd you get curly? Is it your hair? Is it your comedy style with regards to the Three Stooges? I'll probably end up doing the edges with a wet glue. I mean, with a glue stick. I don't know. Depends on what mood I'm in at that point.
Well, you know these have been around for a while. They're supposed to be adhesive, but they're not sticky at all.
But they're still awesome.
Yeah. Hey, everything I do is awesome.
Dang, Skippy.
Somebody has to support me on my mind, so I do it.
I feel for the people who think they need to support me in my mind. My mind goes a little haywire here and there.
Yeah, I don't really care, but you know, what can I say?
Do any of you guys have ancestors that were artists? Different kinds of art? Or what did they make? Like in my family, we had people who did amazing crochet and knitting, primarily crochet. I never was able to figure that out.
My grandma crocheted. My other grandma embroidered. My great grandma did the printed cross stitch.
Oh, that's awesome.
My mother is a painter and did wood carvings. And I have an aunt that was a painter, is a painter. She doesn't do it much anymore. And then my uncle that has passed away is one who got me into my style of doodling. So does that answer your question? I come by it honestly.
You definitely were born into that world.
Boy, that sounded almost conceited.
I think it's awesome.
I most definitely didn't mean it that way.
No, I actually think we need that level of confidence when we're creating art, though. If you think about it, the most beautiful brush strokes are the ones with confidence. Yeah, the difference between the person who's been painting for a while and that person who just started painting is the confidence of the brush stroke sometimes.
Very true. I had a really weird nickname too. Yeah, I don't know that I should say it.
You have to say it now, woman.
Jeannie Weenie.
Jeannie Weenie.
It was so common that when I got married, and it's still in my wedding book. I got a certificate written out by the little girls I used to babysit for. You know, they were grown by that time, but it said, "This is to certify that Jeannie Weenie has grown up and is now Jeannie Peter."
Oh, that's fabulous.
So
That is
yeah,
definitely fabulous.
probably not my proudest moment, but you know, don't bother me anymore. Used to, but it don't too much anymore.
I decided to put my cover on its second layer. I don't like having it sitting like this. It needs to be its own world.
You know, sometimes the stuff we get in donations is so amazing. It's cool when you look at it, and I don't go nearly as in depth as you do, Care, but it's so stinking much fun after you really get in there and see what's in there.
It is, and it inspires me to go shopping. So it's almost like a you get some of those things. You're like, oh my gosh, can you look at some of the stuff that people have in you know, X, Y, or Z? I want to give X, Y, or Z to, you know, multiple people, or in some cases, which I haven't been shopping for myself in a while. I need to do that. But it even inspires you to do some of the stuff for yourself, you know. And I know that some people have sent me private notes saying, "You're an enabler. I saw this on one of your open box things," and I had to immediately it made me crack up.
See, Deanie, I knew we had stuff in common. Did they sing you a song too?
I had a nickname. When Poltergeist was popular, they used to say, "Carol Ann, don't go into the light." And then you guys are going to laugh at me when I get ready to do the next part of my little glue thingy. But back to your family doing things. My family did too, actually. I had an uncle who was such an amazing mosaic person that his work is in Disney World.
Wow.
It's pretty. Oh, I can't do a dang crafty thing without getting glue fingers. It's gonna happen. And I realized my goofy self didn't burnish it down first. So everybody glue your cover to your second layer so you can burnish the dang thing down. I might have to come back in and be hardcore on my corners. This is why my stuff is not a tutorial. My stuff is just inspiration for how you make yours.
My cousins were the worst, Deanie. The song they used to sing to me, I've already put it out there, Jeannie Weenie, so, you know, what have I got to lose? I dream of Jeannie with the 10-foot weenie.
I Dream of Jeannie, though. Oh my gosh, I love that show.
Running through the garden gate. Thought it was a snake, so I hit it with a rake. Now it's only 5'4". Yep.
Oh my gosh, that's so freaking funny. Oh, that is too funny.
But you know, you gotta stop and think. My mom is one of 9, and my dad is one of 10. And I have cousins ranging in age from 70 to 26. So, and I have 40 plus on both sides of the family.
I'm sorry, you have cousins in age all the way from 70 years old to 26 years old?
Yes. The youngest one on my dad's side is younger than my children.
Oh my gosh.
I have cousins that are younger than my kids.
Well, I have a family member. I have an aunt who is a little bit younger than one of my brothers. It's not a southern thing. It was just because my mom was older when she had me, and my grandmother was older when she had my aunt. And well, actually, my mom was young when she had my brother. I was thinking the other way around. My mom was young when she had my brother, and my grandmother was older when she had my aunt. It's not a southern thing either, because lots of people have kids at both of those ages. Okay. All right. If this doesn't give me a good seal, just so everybody knows how I'm going to end up fixing it, is I'm going to eyelet set the corners together right near the corner. I'll just put a little eyelet in all four corners to make sure I get a good seal. As myself should have just done a much better job of gluing this baby cakes down. Yeah, let's put some real glue in there.
Now you see these that I just punched out? They're supposed to be leaves. Would that not be cool to mount that with something like this, the right size after all, and make little eyeballs on your books too? Oh, my mind is a million places today. All these places where it doesn't know how to come back from.
That's funny. Well, I was going to do an interview this week. I didn't do the interview this week because someone has an issue and isn't able to do that, and I didn't schedule it in. I am going to do an interview next week, and I'm going to get in the cycle of doing interviews more often. Make sure I get a good edge on this one too. So like the one I did with Jean, Peter, and Kim. So if there's anybody who wants to volunteer to be interviewed, that would be great. I'm thinking
And don't think you can run and hide, because we will find you.
I should do the whole Jean Peter's going to go grab you. We'll interview
Yes.
you that way. That's what's going to happen.
Well, I think it would be just really amazing. We're working on getting some corporate sponsorships and trying to improve everything every day. And I think that all of those that send in donations and make things for the foundation should all be interviewed, so people will know just how many people really do support this organization, foundation, family, whatever you want to call it.
I feel like it's a whole community.
Yeah.
I do, because there are so many people who are a big part of what the foundation does now. And then even the little parts, I mean, there are so many different little parts working in the background, doing a little kit here or a little project there, and I just love it. Love it. You guys know that I really feel like a mess up on putting these two together. I gotta have to figure that out.
I have probably talked to people in this foundation more this week than I have any other family members, so it's kind of a little family.
It is a family. All right, you guys, I have to tell you what I'm going to do to make sure my cover is sealed. I'm going to use this piece that I normally use for pocket corners to seal up the edges here. I know I'm already going to have something cover the spine, so I'll have a top and a bottom, and so I'll find something else to cover the other edge of the cover. I don't know what the something else is yet, but just so you guys know, that's what's going to happen. I really want to open it up this way now. Now, how come no matter how small my desk is or how big my desk is, I always want it to be bigger? So when I first got this one, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's big. I can do everything on here. And now I'm like, running out of room. I think it's because I fill the space with whatever my supplies are. There we go. Oh no, you had a weather alert. Oh, that's too funny, Tammy.
Well, see, I feel like opening the boxes is, oh, look, it didn't want to come apart. Isn't that cool?
Oh, that is very cool.
It won't take long, just a little push and it comes apart. I love that it tells me when it's spam.
Oh, right?
Sometimes I want to answer it and just play along, but I don't know. I think today could be cranky. Hi, Lois.
Do you guys want to hear a morbid, like, really, please be a joke that is inappropriate, but not rated R, right? Rude, and it's a morbid joke. So my aunt, it's okay to tell me to stop telling the story. So Jean Peter, you'll have to yell at me if somebody says stop telling the story. But my aunt's one of the funniest people I've ever met in my life, and I really feel like that's. Hold on, I'm thinking. And so she was getting all kinds of phone calls from cemeteries wanting her to buy a plot. She got on some kind of a list for this, and it was making her crazy. And so in this one of her phone calls, it was the same company who wouldn't take her off the list, and it seemed to be over and over again with the same people. So she figured, okay, fine, I'm just going to freak them out. And she says, well, I don't need a cemetery plot. And the person says, well, everyone needs a cemetery plot. At some point you're going to need one. And she goes, oh, no. See, you guys are always calling me, telling me that I need a cemetery plot. And I don't think you realize, but we are dead. And she tells this in such a way, like I can't tell a joke and not be, and be funny with regards to the way I say it and the way that she can say it. And it's just hysterical. And so she's like, and this person on the other end of the line actually dropped the phone. And I'm just sitting there going, oh my gosh. And she goes, you know what? They never called me again. Like, well, I'm guessing I would never call you again if you had told me that either. But oh yeah, she's a hoot. Okay, I don't like the color.
I wonder how I got so many of these.
What is it?
These little chipboard pieces.
I mailed you a few.
You what?
I mailed you a few.
Oh, yeah. Well, when I bought that garage sale full of stuff, I don't even remember what was in it now because I have since separated everything and organized it, but I'm sure some of it was in there. That was my sell of the century. Buy of the century. So I seem to have this new habit, and it just struck me the other day why I have this habit. Every time I finish a project, I must clean up after myself. This is why. When I do a project, I get it strung from one place to the other. And I just don't even think I can start another one until it's cleaned up.
I feel that way about my desk, but I have a lot of half-finished projects. So my desk has to be clean, but all the other projects that I do will go into a little bin and get set aside if I don't get it actually done.
Well, I don't have a lot of projects on my desk, but I have, what I've done is in that garage sale stuff I bought, there was an awful lot of those 12 by 12 boxes for scrapbook paper and stuff. And I have emptied them, sorting them here and there. And I can't even think, all of a sudden I'm going brain dead. I started using those for project boxes. And so they're just stacked on the floor. I have to walk around them.
I have pages of little maps that are shrunk down in size to be 2 inches by 3 inches. And these maps are just being layered on to make the front cover. I don't know what my focal point of the front cover is going to be yet. Usually I'll finish the whole project and then decide on the focal point. Just answering your question, Lois.
My husband always says that when he goes, he just wants me to find a ditch and pull over and roll his body out, call it good. I'm like, yeah, they did not be arrested.
If I had my perfect world, what a morbid conversation. I'm sorry for bringing that up. It's just I was thinking about my aunt. She always makes me smile. Yeah, if I had my perfect world, I'd go feed a beautiful tree. My happy world. But there's a lot of laws that make that difficult.
I wonder just how many of these are hitting the floor. I can hear them hit every once in a while. Oh.
And reminded you of someone going through old snapshots all strung out in a yeah. My mom actually was an amazing collage artist. I introduced her to scrapbooking many, many, many years later. But she had beautiful. Let me restate that. The commercialized version of scrapbooking I introduced her to. But her version of scrapbooking, when I look back on it, I actually like that version better of the way that she would piece things together, and it was almost like a collage of memories.
My mother scrapbooked. She was definitely chronological order.
I wasn't good enough or frequent enough at scrapbooking to be chronological order. all of the artists that are getting this little package for this book will likely do a much better front page collage than my own. So I really want to see how you guys do your front pages when you're doing this one.
Well, any of the artists in here, I would love to see more of your work. Totally.
Agree.
As you can see, we put a lot of time in these kits, and we want to see, am I guilting anyone yet? Just kidding.
I actually would love to do more of this, Jean Peter, if you're game for it. I would love to sit down and do kits together for when I'm like, and it might be boring for folks. I don't know. But
well, I don't know. We can find some pretty good conversations.
I know, right?
Weird conversations.
Sitting and kitting. You know. Because I spend, well, I haven't in a long time now, but I used to spend a lot of time sitting down and just kidding, you know, and I want to get back to that. Right. This one's going to be...
Every time I pull out another bag, there's more stuff than what I knew was in there.
It's the Mary Poppins bag.
Oh, look. Dragonfly and some leaves and a Christmas tree and a flutterby and a reindeer and a house and a tulip and a bird and, ooh, I like the snowflake and another leaf and another snowflake. Wonder what else is at the bottom of this box.
We're about to find out.
Yep. Well, I only have so many books to put with these. What am I doing, Lois? I put together
either book cover or mixed media.
Yeah. So I had this out earlier. This is like the book cover right here. We're pretending. And there's all these things, and you can take, and yes, there's all kinds of letters. And I'm sorry, I probably won't get you your initials, but oh no, maybe you'll be lucky and it'll be there. So I was thinking to do something similar to this. Oh, great. That's a big pile. And then you glue these things down. And they can all be cut apart and cut into something else. You know, they don't have to be. This isn't nearly as cute as the one I did earlier.
I liked your box.
You liked my box? Yeah. So, you know, like this, you could cut that off and that could be your hinge or the look of a hinge. Poke holes in them, doctor them up, change them however you want. And we're just going to, you know, you don't even have to put them on the correct way, you know, and then put some layers if you want to. That's something else. Okay, so, you know, I've got some big things here, but like that, and, okay, you have this tab. Maybe you want to hang that off just a little and stack that, and then maybe you want to put something like that on it. But we're going to fill this up, our book, and then we're going to paint it all one color. And then we're going to highlight it, or, you know, I want to paint it all one color so it's consistent, and then we'll, you know, decorate it some more. I haven't even made it. I just know what it is, and when I come up with an idea, that's how I sort the boxes when they come in, as to what kit they're going to go to. That, and I sort them to whether they go into the spare bedroom or whether they go outside. Right now we have boxes in every room of the house except the kitchen and our bathroom. But I do honestly have boxes in my shower in the spare bathroom.
If for
Granted, nobody uses it, but it's still there.
All right, I need to go get some wax paper. I'll be right back.
Our next challenge will probably be in August. I still haven't done my ransom letter yet, and I really, really want to do that because I got this really cool catalog from a friend that has some awesome already kind of ransom letter like stuff in it. It's just really cool. Really cool. And so I want to do that. But I can't say I don't have time. I can say I don't make time. Yes, I do. I need a bigger house. I really want an outside shed. But I'm thinking if I could talk him into it, that maybe he should just get me a camper that I can put in the backyard. And then I can plug it in and I can hook the garden hose up. But the only problem with that is the only access to the backyard is through a cinder block fence. So that's probably not going to happen.
All right, I have to remember to take this wax paper off before it ends up getting glued down. I did that one time. I was all upset because the wax paper actually glued to the page I was working on in the book.
Yes, you do need to do a ransom letter. I thought those was awfully cute idea.
Oh my gosh, they were so adorable too. And just so everybody knows, in this channel, I'm going to delete the live chat after the live. Whereas on the Care Hart channel, I leave it up. And I think in the future, I'm going to start deleting it on the Care Hart channel too.
So I can give y'all a insider trade secret.
I want to hear.
Invest in Ziploc bags. I was really contemplating going to order me some by the case.
Yeah.
I go through them. That's my only trip to Dollar Tree is Ziploc bags. And I have to get the ones that have the extra stuff so that there's, I can get the most bang for my buck. So what's anybody working on today? Anything fun and exciting? Yeah, I think I might do that, Deanie. Not the laundry house stuff, the order from Dollar Tree. Actually, I have done laundry, and I've carried out my trash. And then since she told me that she's deleting the chat, I can admit to that.
Oh, that's so funny.
I know it is a lot of chipboard doodads. It's pretty fun. See, my husband is on vacation. Not much of a vacation. He's doing some concrete work and installing a door in his folks' house. And his sister, who works at a nursing home, is there. And his brother came down from Iowa. And I just decided I didn't think it was a good idea to go. I felt real bad because I would have got to go see my dad. And I know this COVID stuff has just been harder than everything on him because, it's like he went to the senior center for lunch, and that was his outing every day.
No.
So, he was getting quite bored and lonely. So anyway, I felt kind of bad about it, but you know what? That's okay. And I just can't let him know that I do know where the trash can's kept in the alley. And I can't let him know that I know how to fold the clothes because,
Oh, he does all the folding too?
Well, I do the laundry, wash it, dry it, sort it, all that stuff.
Right.
And I fold up all my stuff. And actually, most of the time I fold up his too. But the hanging stuff gets laid on his side of the bed to be hung because that's where the closet is. And that doesn't usually get done. So, there's just some of these things that he needs to know I can do. And, it's kind of funny because, like, when my mom passed, all my friends were like, let's help Gary, because I was up there while she was in the hospital too.
Yeah.
And everybody brought food for Gary. And I'm like, really? He's the cooker in the family. How come nobody's bringing me food?
That's too funny.
So, needless to say, I'm being creative. Like yesterday, I had a bagel for breakfast and a bowl of cereal for lunch and a bowl of ice cream for supper.
Oh my gosh, that's hysterical. I'm totally for ice cream for supper.
Growing up, we had supper on Sundays. We had ice cream for supper on Sundays. And we would watch the Disney movie of the week or whatever it was, Sunday night at Disney. And we would get ice cream and popcorn and our only soda of the week. And so ice cream on Sundays seems pretty normal to me. And so I did it. But I have to be careful. I only have so much ice cream before he gets back.
That is way too funny. I did leave it on too long already and tattered some of the edges, which for me, I'm a tattered person, so I don't mind a little rips and tears here. I normally just work on the front side of something and then let it fully dry. And I'm trying to rush it, so I'm thinking I'm not going to rush it, y'all. I'm just going to do one side, and then I'll go do work, and then I'll do another side. I mean, I can work on a project or something with you guys for a bit. Go pull stuff out of there.
So when I first started making kits, everything was as equal as I could get it. And then our numbers grew. And so, yeah, I can't do that anymore.
Random is totally fair because it varies. And, sometimes random ends up where one person gets a little bit extra one month, but then another month it'll be somebody else gets a little bit extra that month on. whatever the it is in the packages. And
Exactly. That sounds cool, Sherry. You'll have to share pictures of it. Yes, Deanie, I haven't got past cooking for 4, with one of those being a growing boy, let alone cooking for 2. And now I'm cooking for 1. In fact, for lunch, I'm going to go live with Kim on her channel tonight.
oh, that's
And
right.
we go at 5 o'clock my time. So that's supper time. I mean, who has a certain time now, when I'm here by myself. But I have a package of pork chops. So I thought, well, I'll fix those about 4 o'clock. And I'm not planning on having lunch because I had breakfast late and I had, pretty good sized breakfast. So it's just, and I got SpaghettiOs in there too.
Oh my gosh. You were going to live on SpaghettiOs and ice cream.
I know. Isn't it wonderful? I do eat right most of the time, honestly, people, but, I love SpaghettiOs and I'm just the only one who will eat them, so.
I can't even think of the last time I made SpaghettiOs.
Well, that's just it. I just open the can and sit down with the spoon. I like them that way. My husband thinks it's gross anyway that I eat them, but,
You know what?
it's okay.
To their own on what they eat. Otherwise, the grocery stores would be all filled with the same stuff, and that would suck.
Well, the can said it was 20% of my vegetables, so I'm going to believe the can.
Oh, that's too funny. Okay, that's what my cover looks like for now. The edge is going to end up being covered up. I have to raise it up so it doesn't stick itself anywhere. I got to go put it somewhere to dry. And then I'll do the inside another section at another time. And it's all maps.
That sounds good too, Tammy. It looks really good, Care.
Thank you. Oh my gosh. My dad used to make, it would be bologna and mashed potatoes sandwich. We'd have like slightly dry mashed potatoes. And then sometimes he'd do the potato chips and something else. It might have been bologna and potatoes, but it was potato chips and something else. And I tried to eat it, and the chips fall off the sandwich. I can't eat that cleanly.
When I went to Virginia last early fall, August, something like that, we went into Washington, D.C., and most of the places we ate were what was handy, what was close, so we didn't have to, travel too much. And we found Bobby Flay's Hamburger Bar. Well, my husband is a huge Food Network channel person. And so of course he wasn't with me, so I had to rub it in that I got to go to Bobby Flay's place, And anyway, they put chips on every hamburger there. Every hamburger. You can't get a hamburger without chips on it. And I was like, well, I could put, chips on a bologna sandwich. To me, a bologna sandwich with potato chips on it and then smash it down real good, that's just perfect. But I'd never tried them on a hamburger, so that was kind of different for me. And it was really, really good.
It sounds like something fun to try.
Yeah, and if you ever find one, they have the best, absolutely best shakes ever.
And what is it called?
Bobby's Flay Bobby Flay's Burger Bar.
You're just making me hungry thinking about it.
Yeah. It was good. It really was. I was really surprised. Even the picky child ate it. And I'm not talking about Riley. I'm talking about my daughter.
I thought you were talking about yourself.
No, I'm not picky. If it doesn't move, then it's liable to get a bite out of it. Hi, Deb. How are you doing? Yeah, isn't it cool? I really like to smash that bologna sandwich. It's not as good if you have to eat it without smashing it.
Those maps, Tammy, those are the same maps that you're currently printing for the artists. That's why I like that size. All right, are we ready for me to potentially make a mess? Maybe I'll get the glass plate here instead.
Deb, my favorite Bobby Flay show is the one where people try to beat him. I have this thing about those big celebrities who have to have, a product line and everything possible. And so I think it's pretty cool when people try to beat him. Oh, I guess I've just got a wicked sense of humor.
I don't see anything wrong with that. I know I have a lid in here. Oh yeah, there it is. I knew I had a lid in here. Mason jars for everything.
So what is your signature dish, Deb? I don't know if my signature dish would beat anybody, but my kids would like it, so.
What is your signature dish again?
Well, my kids love my spaghetti, but chicken and dumplings, and my husband doesn't eat chicken. I know, is that not the weirdest thing ever? But yeah, he doesn't eat chicken, so I don't ever get chicken and dumplings unless sometimes he'll fix himself something I don't like, and then that's what he has, and I'll make dumplings. So that was one of the things on the grocery list was chicken, because while he's gone, I'm going to have chicken and dumplings. And I'll make such a big pot that I'll eat it for several days.
I absolutely love chicken and dumplings.
I do too.
I'm telling you what, there are 100 different ways it can be made, and I love all 100 ways.
Yeah.
Because it is just so delicious.
One of my husband's buddies keeps telling me I need to teach his wife how to make them. And I could call her and oh, this is cute. See, what they did with the letter A, these ones that have the holes in them.
Oh, that's cute.
Isn't that cute? I'm going to put that in there. Yeah, anyway, he's always telling me I need to come show his wife how to do dumplings. And I kind of think that maybe I could call him and tell him that I'm making dumplings, but then I'd have to share. So probably I won't. Because it's a pretty good treat to me. Considering my hubby won't eat them.
Now, does he not like biscuits?
He likes biscuits, but he doesn't like chicken.
Oh.
And I don't use biscuits.
Oh, you don't make it with biscuits? How do you make your dumplings?
I take some eggs and I beat them up really good. You can't use a mixer.
Right.
And then I add just a little bit of water so that the consistency is what I want. And then I add flour. Just like you're going to make egg noodles. It's basically the same recipe, but I stop just before it's ready to roll out. Like still a little bit sticky, and then I spoon it in. And I don't know, they're pretty good. My mom used to make them that way, and she made them that way because she used to make the noodles. And you know when you unroll the noodles and they sometimes stick in the center, you know, that little knot part, that's the part us kids fought for. So she said, well, if you want that little thick chunk, I'll just make them into dumplings. So that's what we got. And we all love them. I make the big, you know, I don't know how big that, well, you know, this big, you can't even see my hands. You know, it comes with a set of dishes, the big kettle. And I make that full. And it, you know, if it's just me, there's leftovers. But if it's not just me, there's never leftovers. And if I make it when I go home and my brother finds out and he comes over, then there's just really nothing left. So.
Oh, that is too funny. I just, there's a place, we haven't been there since the virus, but there's a place we used to go to because on Thursdays they make their dumplings. And oh my gosh, it's so perfect. And yeah, I make a lot of different dishes, but I don't make dumplings.
Yeah, I haven't tried them with biscuits, honestly. I like my drop buttons. You're sorting buttons. My drop dumplings. And honestly, probably what I'm going to do is make my big pot of dumplings, even though it's just for myself.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I get down to very few dumplings left, I'll add a little bouillon and bring up my broth a little bit and make more dumplings.
I don't see the problem with that.
Hi, Violet. I don't know. Do you think they would make it?
Oh my God.
How far are you away? Can we meet halfway?
I know, right? Yeah, you just scoop on over here and scoop some dumplings into that pot when you come visit. I'll put that on your list. Okay, wait, I already have something on the list that I said at some point where when I come over you were gonna make it. I don't remember what it was though.
Oh, meatballs.
Oh, I love meatballs. Oh my gosh, I love meatballs. All right, in my shades of brown, I got some blues in here. I gotta take the blues out. No pinks either.
Yeah, I make pretty good meatballs. My daughter-in-law called me one time and asked me for my recipe for meatballs because Orion would tell her that they're just almost as good as mom's. And
I'm sure that's what every wife wants to hear.
Yeah. Anyway, I told her, I said, I don't know, but I listed everything I put in them, and there was one ingredient I add that she didn't add, and she said it made all the difference, and I was like, okay. So.
My grandmother used to make peanut butter fudge, and it was the coveted secret recipe. Would not give it to anyone. Ended up giving it to just her daughters, and then one of her daughters gave it to me, and I'm embarrassed to say I lost the recipe. I cannot find it anywhere. And not too long ago, I wanted some peanut butter fudge, so I bought store-bought. Oh, it's not the same. Yeah. Part of it in our family, one, we love butter, and two, we don't use as much sugar in some of our sweets. You know, I don't remember if it even had sugar in it, to be honest with you. I just remember that recipe is way better than everything else.
Cool. You know, Jeannie, I really have never liked potato soup until I think it was either Cheddar's or Chili's, and that was the soup, and I thought, it was loaded baked potato. Maybe it's better. I don't know. Oh my goodness. That was a whole new world. Whole new world. So now I can actually make um, a really good baked potato soup. But it's got to, I mean, you know, you gain calories just by watching it be made.
Oh,
Oh, look what's in my box.
Oh, those are definitely the best kinds.
Tiny baby buttons.
These ones are tied on. I think I have enough buttons now for that owl project.
Okay, well, I have a good-sized quart bag full.
Yeah, well, I have a box I'm working on over here. I've been saving them up for a while, and I'm sure it's frustrating for the artist sometimes because I'll talk about a project and I'll talk about it for a long time before they end up getting it, like the horseshoe one. I'm just waiting until I get all what I feel like is a good mix in the mix for the project. You know? Oh my gosh, this is hysterical. Look at this button. That's funny.
Some of the kits that I'm in process of right now is I have some tag kits Tammy sent, and I have the dresses that Deanie sent with laces and trims so that people can make their own little decorated dresses. And I have a little tag kit that I made, and I have several different journal things. Just you know, I use what people send, and sometimes it makes dozens of kits, and sometimes it makes 10. And so I have some with wooden covers, and I have some with mat board covers and different papers to go with that. But I've also been and have been working on for a while weaving. Some weaving, but they're not all going to be ready because I cut all the fabric into strips because that way I know you get enough. If I just did it with sent you the fabric, I'm not sure if you'll get enough. But the weaving, yeah, if anything like that is interesting to you, let me know because this weaving kit and the project is amazing. And ask Tammy, she's seen it. And it is pretty cool. And it's easy. It's really easy. There's, you know, you have to warp the loom correctly, and you have to take it off the loom correctly. But if you warped it correctly, taking it off is no biggie. So lots of fun projects planned, and probably lots of fun projects still in the back of my mind.
I'm intimidated by fiber projects, but I love seeing other people's fiber projects.
You know, this kit might just have to have Care's name on one of them.
No. You know how many things I have in my to-do with regards to stuff I want to do. In
12.
Huh?
12.
Oh,
Was that a rhetorical question?
I wish it was 12. I wish. I have a drawer that I keep in the craft room here. It's one of two things. One is something I've made before, but I think other people would like, so I should make again on camera. So it's that stuff in the drawer. And the other thing in the drawer is stuff I want to make. And the drawer is full. I can't put literally another piece of paper in there. And it's the size of someone's dresser. It's a vintage dresser. And so, yep. Oh,
Goodness gracious.
Yeah, it's my to-do dresser. And that's because, it just gets set to the side of what I'm going to do until I get to it. Well, it's always the last thing to get to.
Yeah, I understand that. Yes, Deanie, this is a pretty easy project. I know that knowing you're a weaver, you understand the concept that when you weave something, you always have those ends to come back in and fix and all that good stuff. This one, you don't.
Hold on, I'm going to mute because I'm about to make a lot of noise.
Hi, Cindy. Well, I've actually sorted down to what's on my table and half of a box. So I'm getting there.
Woohoo! That's celebration time.
Yeah, I know.
Great good times. Come on. So I ordered these, and then I ordered these, and then I ordered these piles and piles of buttons. Someone donated these, and each one of these sets is $1,200, so $600 per bag. So I've got 4,800 buttons just in these 4 bags that are in the color scheme of brown. And that was because I didn't want to hold on to it all for a year. I just wanted to get it done.
Yes. No, this is not for the weaving project. I have a very short attention span, and one topic leads to another, Cindy. So this is just chipboard pieces, letters, shapes, all kinds of weird stuff.
Oh my gosh, there's another one. And if anybody sent buttons I haven't gone through in the mail yet, or circles, like these ones, if anybody has sent those, then don't worry, there'll be future projects that they'll go to.
So who's been counting? How many bags have I made today? Just to see if anybody's been counting.
I haven't been counting.
Well, I didn't figure you had. You would have to look up.
Oh, we know I don't look up enough for that. That's why I never catch anybody's chat. Oh my gosh. I'm that person who walks and looks down the whole time. Oh my gosh, I love these buttons.
I do. That's where the best treasures are.
Isn't that the truth? There are some of the best art supply finds when you're walking around a parking lot.
Did you see my Facebook post today? Anybody? I know some of you liked it.
Oh.
When I went to Hobby Lobby on Friday, they put my stuff in a brown paper bag, and I
did see that.
Oh,
finish your story.
I was so excited. I even said, and that lady looked at me, young lady, kid, looked at me and she was like, okay. And I'm like, well, you know, it's pretty cool when you come to Hobby Lobby and they give you free craft supplies. You know? No, we don't have slave labor for this.
Look at this. I have all the same colored little white thingies, little white buttons. Those would make the great centerpiece for the eyes. So at least I know it's the same. Could probably put 2 of those in each of the bags. I get excited about things like that.
Okay, so Care does this all the time, and I never get to do this because she takes all the fun things. So I will fill this bag right here. Just this bag.
Oh, you're making me happy right now. I can feel it.
And I don't know what your prize is going to be, but the person who guesses the closest without going over to how many bags I have made today, and I'm going to send a happy mail. So I will just bring the box up here. Okay. This is a large priority mail box. It's not completely full. So,
Like, guess
I'm
how
going to
many?
close it right now. And while you guys are giving me your count, I will be counting. Hopefully I can count quietly.
Some good wild button colors in that one. I said go so y'all can guess how many she's made in bags today. And you know, this is kind of nice so people can see what we do in an afternoon and they wonder, well, what takes so long? It's just one kit. At least I put that pressure on myself. Oh, no, it's the same person. So Deborah guessed 15. Hey, Jean Peter, do they have to guess the exact amount, and can they have more than one guess?
One guess.
Yes.
Without going over.
You know, after this giveaway, I'm going to have to drop off. We're already after 5, and I just suddenly got starving.
We are guessing how many bags we think that I have put together today. Not counting what I'm working on right now.
I also ordered this box of buttons on eBay. So now this is my impatience happening sometimes. I wanted to have the project done. I feel like I shared this project forever ago. These pink ones are going to go in there.
Yes, I have hers. This little box had these little round letter things and circles. So, wouldn't that be cute? A collage little box with a special treasure.
I have to tell you, I have a problem. When some company is bold enough to send me beautiful packaging, I store that packaging aside because so I can just collage it later and turn it into a pretty little box. I love when they have the magnetic ones that pop up too. Oh my gosh, love those little boxes.
Has everybody got a guess in?
I don't know. We're going to have to put stop in there. Cindy punched a whole boatload of these ones.
Cool.
Ooh, and Mary Lou too. I think the flat punched ones will be nice for the backgrounds for when they're making their owls. All right, getting closer.
Okay, I think we can call that a stop.
Okay.
And the actual number I have done as of before, when I said it, was 32.
32. Who's got closest to 32? So I have 15, 15, 22, 46. Well, 22 to 32 is 10. 32 to 46 would be 14. So that means 22 wins. And Violet is 22.
Yay! Awesome.
Unless I'm missing somebody, that should be right.
That's what I see too. And Care, do we have her address?
But Violet, just to put your address in with Jean Peter, can you send her an email? And her email address is wish@disabledartists.org. And just send your address there. That way, in case I forget, I don't worry about forgetting that one. All right, I think I have enough buttons to make this a grand project. I'm gonna have to just put them in a bowl, a big container, and mix and mix and mix and mix and mix. And I'm gonna take all the colors out of these ones tonight, so it's all neutral colors. I've got it down. So the colors will be every shade of brown, cream, tan, black, and white. And some clears.
That sounds perfect. No rush. I'm not sure what I'm sending you yet. It's going to be a surprise to both of us. But I'm sure I got a little goodie somewhere in this house that has your name written all over it.
You know what? This one has, oh my gosh, look at how cool some of these buttons are in here. These are going to be...
Are those wood?
No. Yes. Yes, those are wood. Wood with little flowers.
You know what? The tag kit that I have that I've designed has the little wooden flowers on it.
Does it?
Yep.
That's cool. You know, don't I wish everybody just lived nearby? I could hand everybody a bag of things to sort or create or make a mess out of, for that matter. It would be great. Oh no, not the color one.
Yes, I would love to.
Wouldn't it be great?
Well, when my friend came over and we sorted the little boxes of doodads, that was so much fun. I mean, we were starting to make fun of some of the pieces that were in there, and I mean, you know, because we were kind of getting slap happy, you know, but it was still pretty cool.
I think I wake up slap happy. You know, when people say you get kind of sleepy, silly. I think I just exist in that space.
I understand.
Or at least you put up with it, one of the two.
Yeah, well, yeah, one of those.
You know, I still think the most patient thing that you put up with it, there's The birdie in here with the mix. One of the most patient things you put up with me is the ooh shiny. We get on one topic, and we're headed off on that one topic. We end up on another topic, followed by a third topic, and then you have to remind me what the first question was to answer.
Yes, I know. I do that a lot for you. But you know, I call that my start one thing and do another disease, because the other day I was thirsty, so I went into the kitchen to fix me a glass of tea. An hour and a half later, I was folding clothes and I was still thirsty. I had not, you know, you go in to make you something to drink, and then you see that this needs to be done or that needs to be done. So you do that, which leads you to another room that does something else, and on and on and on.
Oh, that is how my day goes.
I understand.
Well, I think I'm not going to wait until I'm done with my pocket Padfolio before I start packaging the ones that go to people who are going to do samples for me. The 3 people doing the samples.
Yes, I think that's a very pleasant idea.
Yeah, because you're ready to get yours. Because I just know how I do it. I'm going to do another page where I just glue the whole thing on. I mean, I could be smart about it and just glue with the glue stick, and it does go faster because it doesn't have to spend as much dry time. I just like the way it feels when I'm gluing it while painting it, you know?
Yeah.
Just how it goes. I saved back the buttons on card. Oh my gosh. You know, you guys should sort through these buttons for my coveted mother of pearl ones, because I think I just saw a few in here.
No, really?
No, you're not getting a kit, Jean Peter.
Do you know that I have jars and jars of mother of pearl ones, because I think they should be money?
Oh my gosh. I feel that same way about mother of pearl anything. I do. I see it and I just want to hold on to it and pet it for a little while.
I agree. It's crazy.
Well,
It's like
crazy.
Well, I mean, it's crazy that I think they're so valuable.
But I feel it too. I feel that same way. They just look beautiful. It looks like it should be exchanged for money, is what it looks like.
Yes. Some of my kits coming out that have, I think it might be the little dresses. I did buy a whole bag of white buttons for $9. And it was a very full, stapled shut quart bag. I think I weighed it, and it was several pounds. Yeah. Well, maybe I just think I did. I don't know. And I did put some of those in a kit. Yes, I did. Woo-hoo. It took a lot, but I didn't put a whole lot in there. So, yeah. But I didn't realize when I bought them that they were mother of pearl through the bag. I couldn't tell that. And not all of them were, but the majority were. And so it's like, oh, baby.
You know, I've always wanted to sit down and do, look, here's one.
Yeah, see, I think they're very valuable. I think they should be worth some money.
Here's another one. Oh, this is a yummy bin right here. And this is how much has been color. So almost all these buttons have been in the brown, cream. And yes, I consider the mother of pearl ones to be part of the browns and creams and such, because it's in there. I'm taking out all the greens, blues, reds, and bold colors. And I said I was going to go hang up because I need to eat some food. And all of a sudden, I just started hearing my tummy growling. So I do need to go eat some food. I don't know what I'm making for dinner. I think it's chicken too, which means I gotta wait. I'm already hungry. Now I gotta wait. And I get that instantly starving too. I don't know if you guys suffer from that sometimes, but cool. Maturity ADD is a real thing. See, maybe that's what it is, or more like immaturity. The whole ooh, shiny, super silly, singing all the flipping time. Ooh, I love that button too. And you can tell these all tiled color buttons are going to end up being something too. I'm sure that's going to be. I just can't stop sorting. That's what's happening.
I know, it's an addictive thing.
It is. And grays are making their way in there, and that happens because the grays are getting mixed in my brain with the blacks. But I think that's okay.
I think grays will be fine.
I can't wait to see the owls people make, though. Oh, I can't wait. Or if they choose to make something else. You know, I can't wait to see what they make.
Ooh, I'm starting to see the bottom of the box.
Oh, my hungry self is ready to hang up. Well, I can leave you on, G. Peter, if you want.
No, I need to go fix my pork chops before I go on again in a couple hours, so.
You need to grab some food and keep going. I know, right? I win with the most buttons. I go from the most to the least in no time. I want to get these out this month.
Well, you're welcome. All week, Kathy. I'm free. I need to go to Harbor Freight, and I need to go to Walgreens this week. And that all depends upon when my friend gets back from Albuquerque and can take me.
Are you getting tools at Harbor Freight?
Huh?
Are you getting tools at Harbor Freight?
No, I'm getting sanding blocks.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. Oh, you guys had no idea my memory was this bad. This is what poor Jane Peter has to put up with all the time.
Yeah, that's okay.
All right, well, she's going to get that phone call, and I'm going to say goodbye, y'all. Love and hugs, everyone, and don't forget I will delete this chat after the broadcast. Take care.
Bye.